Hello fam, good day. It's Karino here. Welcome back to class. In today's tutorial, as you can see what I'm holding, we'll be learning how to make this unisex simple crisscross sandal. It's like I said, it's unisex. I've made this a couple of times, and mainly I made it for baby boys. So I thought, okay, let me make a video on how to do this, and I decided to use color pink. So this can be rocked by both baby boys and girls, and I decided to decorate it with this little, I don't know what it's called, this little decorative this thing here. So anything you have you can use to do that, and if you don't have anything you can decide to leave it plain. It will still be beautiful, just like this. So without wasting much of our time, let's get right into the materials we'll be needing. So we'll be needing a couple of materials, and mainly this is the brand I'll be using. If you are not new to the channel, you know I use this brand a lot. So I'll be using it is 100% acrylic and it is 40 grams. So I'll be using these two sheets. I'll be using this for the sole, as you can see, and I'll be using this for this. And the hook size I'll be using is size 2.5 mm hook. I use 2.5. I'm doing for size 2.5. I'm doing for size 0 to 6 months. This will fit for 0 to 6 months. So if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, I'll suggest you use either you downsize your hook, that's 2.0, or you reduce your foundation chain. And if you are doing for 6 to 12 months, I will suggest you use a bigger hook, maybe around 3.0, 3.5. Or if you want that firm texture, you can decide to use this 2.5, but then you increase your number of foundation chain. So that's up to you. And I'll be needing a measuring tape, tapestry needle to weave in my hands. I'll be needing stitch markers, and I'll be needing a buckle, as you can see, like I used here. So I'll be needing a pair, obviously. And I have a couple of stuffs here that you can use to decorate your sandal. So I use this. You can use this is like a crocodile. This can be used for baby boys. It's like a flower. So I have a couple of them here, a couple of designs here. So if you have any, please go ahead and use, and if you don't, you can decide to skip that part. And finally, I'll be needing a pair of scissors for cutting, and those are the materials we'll be needing. So let's jump right into the tutorial. So I'll be starting with the color I want to use for the sole. So any color you want to use for the sole of your sandal, so go ahead and grab it, make a slip knot, and I'll grab my 2.5 mm hook, and I'll go ahead and chain 16. If you are doing for 0 to 3 months, I would suggest you, if you want to use the same hook size like I'm using, I would suggest you chain 16. Okay, I'm chaining 16. I would suggest you chain 14. And if you are doing for 6 to 12 months, I would suggest you chain 18. So 2 chain difference, because the legs are not, unless the baby you are making it for. Remember, babies are different in the sizes, and so in case the baby you are making it for is the leg is quite big or long, I would suggest you add more chains so that it can fit well. So I'm doing for 0 to 6 months. I'll go ahead and chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go ahead and complete my chain. So I have my 16 chains made. This is what I have. So starting from the second chain from the hook, this is not a chain, this is our first chain, and this is the second. So I'll go right inside the second chain and make a single crochet. I'll go into the next, I'll make a single crochet. So I'll go ahead and make 14 single crochets in total. So that means I'll work into each and every of this chain until I have one left. So when I have just one chain left, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So go ahead and work one single crochet into each and every of the chains. So I have my 14 single crochets done. This is what I have. So into this very last chain, I'll go inside and work 3 single crochets. I have 1, 2, and 3. So we've turned to the other side of the chain. So we start working into this remaining the remaining side of the chain that we have here, right here. Start working inside. So we'll go ahead and work one single crochet into each and every of the sides. So starting from this is the next one. This is where we worked our 3 single crochet. This is the next chain. Now is stitch. So we'll go inside and work one single crochet. So into the next, I'll go inside. So I'll go ahead and work a single crochet into each and every of these stitches. When I get to the last one, I'll work 2 single crochet inside, and I'll go ahead and slip stitch. So when I'm done with this, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So this is what I have. So I worked 2 single crochet in the last stitch like I instructed you to do, and I slip stitched inside the very first single crochet we did. So that completes that marks the end of our first round. So the second round, we're going to chain 1 inside the same stitch where we slip stitch. We'll go ahead and work 2 single crochet inside. So this is my first. Inside that, I will go inside that same stitch and add 1 more. That's 2. And I'll go ahead and work 13 single crochets starting from the next one. Start counting 1, 2. So I'll go ahead and make 13 in total. So we are the group of these 3 single crochet we made at the top. So we'll go ahead and do 2 single crochet inside each of these stitches. So we are going to be making 6 single crochets in total. So I make the first 2 single crochet. I'll go into the next, make the second group of 2 single crochet, and into the last one I'll make 2 single crochet. So as you can see, we add 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, that's 6. So now go ahead and make 13 single crochets in total by this side. So you go ahead and make your 13 single crochets. So we have 2 stitches left. We have 1, 2. This is our slip stitch, it's not a stitch. So inside these remaining 2 stitches, we work 2 single crochets. That's single crochet increase. So that's the first one. I work the 2, and the last one I work 2 single crochet inside as well. And we are going to skip the slip stitch and go ahead into our first stitch and work a slip stitch. So this marks the end of the second round. So for the third round, I chained 1 inside that same stitch. We'll go ahead and make 2 single crochet inside. So we have 1, and I will add 1 more. That's 2. So I'll go ahead and make 8 single crochets. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll go ahead, I'll add 3 half double crochet. So to make a half double crochet, we yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull out the loop, yarn over, put through hole again, or yarn over, go into our next stitch, grab my yarn, pull out the loop, yarn over, put through hole. That's the second one. 1 more, go into our stitch, pull out the loop, yarn over, put through hole. So we worked our 3 half double crochet. So right now we work 3 double crochet. So just like the half double crochet, but we are going to pull out the first 2, then we'll pull out the remaining 2. That's our double crochet. I'll yarn over, go into the stitch, pull out the loop, put through the first 2, put through the last 2. 1 more time, work our double crochet. So we made an increase. When we started, we worked 8 single crochet, we did 3 half double, now we've done 3 double. So we are right here at the top. We'll go ahead and make 2 double crochets into the next 6 stitches. You can see this is where we made our increase. 1, 2, 3. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are going to be doing 2 double crochet into each of the stitches. So we'll do 2 double crochets 6 times. So this is the first. So we'll go ahead and repeat this 5 more times. So after I work my 6 group of 2 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll go ahead and repeat what we had here. We're going to be working 3 double crochets, 3 half double crochets, and 8 single crochets. So when I complete this sequence, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So after completing my sequence, we have 3 stitches left. 1, 2, 3. This is a slip stitch. So inside this remaining 3 stitches, we are going to be working 2 single crochet inside each of those stitches. So we have 1, that's the first, 2, and the last group of 2 single crochets. So right there, we'll go ahead and slip stitch into the first single crochet we made. We'll chain 1, and that marks the end of the third round. So this is what the sew looks like. So for the fourth round, we chained 1. So right inside this very same stitch where we slip stitch, we work 1 single crochet. Into the next, we work a single crochet, and into the next, we make an increase. That's 2 single crochets. So right now, we'll go ahead and work 6 single crochets. So we have 1. Go ahead and complete your 6 single crochets. After completing the 6 single crochets, we'll go ahead and work 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So right now, in the next 6 stitches, we are going to be making 1 double crochet. So we are going to work a double crochet 6 times. I have 1, 2. I'll go ahead and complete it. So I have 4 remaining to do. So I've completed my 16 double crochets. This is what I have. So into the next 6 stitches, we are going to be repeating two double crochets. So I yarn over, I'll go into the next stitch. I'll work my first group of 2 double crochets. This is what I have. So I'll go ahead and repeat this 5 more times. So we'll be having 6 of this in total. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right now we are going to be repeating the sequence we had. You are going to be repeating it. You work 6 double crochets. That's one double crochet into the next 6 stitches. We work 3 half double crochets and work 6 single crochets. So when we complete this sequence, I'll come back and show you the remaining things to do. So after completing the sequence, in our remaining stitches, this is what we are going to be doing. The sequence we started with 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then increase. We have 1 1 increase. So we are going to be repeating that 3 times. Single crochet, then we increase in the third. Single crochet, increase in the third. Single crochet, increase in the last one. So we are going to go ahead and do this. So go ahead and do that 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. That's 1 2. Then in the third one, you are going to be making an increase. So repeat that sequence 3 times. So in case you had a different foundation chain, the only thing that is going to be different is these stitches we have by the side. Nothing is going. This pattern we have here around the heels and the toe will remain the same thing. You are only going to be adding more stitches to the ones we made in the middle. Maybe where we had 13 single crochets, maybe you end up having 16 or 15. And if you are doing a lesser chain, maybe you end up having, instead of 13, you end up having 11 or so. So you're just going to be adjusting that right here in the middle. But for the toe and the heel area, the pattern remains the same. So for the last round, which is the 5th round, just go ahead, we chain 1, and we will go ahead and work 1 single crochet into each and every of the stitches. We are not working any increase again. So go ahead, work 1 single crochet into each and every of the stitches. By the end of this, I should have 58 stitches in total. Those slip stitch, we are going to be working an invisible slip stitch. So I'll come back and show you how to do that. So after working my last single crochet, I'm not going to chain 1. I'll just go ahead and cut. I'll leave a little tail. I'll just pull out, and I'll grab my tapestry needle. I'm going to thread my needle with the yarn tail, and this is the first single crochet. We'll go right inside from the back, just like this, and we'll go inside here. This is the last single crochet we made, so I'll go inside like this, and I'll come out. I'll go into the back bump of my single crochet, and I'll pull. So we have our invisible slip stitch. You can see it's looking like a normal stitch. So that is that. And you can just make a knot at the back, and this is going to go inside. So just stretch this out, and the sole is ready. The first sole is ready. So for each leg, you'll be making 2 soles. And for the 2 legs like that, you'll be making 4 soles in total. So this is the first sole. I have my second sole made. This is it. So this is what I have. So as you can see, this measures about 10 centimeters, 10.5 centimeter ish. So it is perfect for 0 to 6 months or 3 to 6 months. So we are going to be joining these 2 soles together. Like I said, go ahead and make your second one. So to join the soles, we have the right sides facing me. So we are going to go ahead and, this is the wrong side. We are going to be facing the 2 wrong sides together. Make sure the 2 wrong sides are facing each other like this. And we'll start joining. So after the 2 wrong sides are facing each other like this, I'm going to grab my yarn. I'm not going to be making any slip knots. So I'll go into this middle stitch here, right here. I think that's the invisible slip stitch we made, and I'll go into the one at the back as well, right there. And I'll grab my yarn and we'll start making a slip stitch. So I'm going to the next stitch, which is this, and I'll go to the one at the back as well. So I'll grab my yarn and make a slip stitch. Again, I'll go into the next stitch, I'll go into the one at the back, the next stitch at the back, which is this. I'll grab my yarn and I'll work my slip stitch. So this is what we are going to be repeating all the way around until we have the 2 soles completely joined together. So I'll go into the next, I'll go to the one at the back, I'll grab my yarn, pull through the 2 and slip stitch. So go ahead and repeat yours all the way around. So I worked my last slip stitch, which is here. This is where we started. So I'm not going to chain 1. I'll just go ahead and cut my yarn, leave a little tail, and I'll pull out. So I'm going to be repeating the same invisible slip stitch we did for the sole. I'm going to be repeating it now. I'm going to thread my needle, and I'll go right from behind, just like that. Pass it through. And I'll go, this is the last slip stitch we made. Go right there, and I'll go into the next stitch so that I can come out at the back here. So I'll just pull it out, and we have that sorted. So just going to be making like 2 knots at the back, and I will hide this inside the sole, and our sole is ready. So I hid the tails already, and the sole is ready. So right now we'll be moving to the body of the sandal. So we are going to be changing the color of our yarn, and if you are using the same color, let's go ahead. After we have the sole ready, to make the body, we are going to be switching color to the color we are using for the body of our sandal. So to start that, we are going to be leaving a little piece of this yarn tail, so that we'll be using it to attach this side to the sole. So I'm going to be leaving a little pieces, not too long, little length, and I'll make my slip knot. And I'll go ahead and chain. I'll go ahead and chain 23. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll go ahead and complete my chain, 23 chains. So I have my 23 chains done. So we are going to start working from the second chain from the hook. This is not a chain, this is our first chain, and this is the second. So inside the second, I'll go right inside and make a single crochet. So I'll go into each and every of my chains and make a single crochet. So I'll be having 22 single crochets in total. So go ahead and work your single crochets. So I have my 22 single crochets done. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn. So this is just going to be a repetition. Into the very first single crochet, I'll work my single crochet. So just go ahead and work 1 single crochet into each of our stitches. No increase, no decrease. So we are going to go ahead, work our single crochet into each of our stitches, chain 1, repeat it until we have 6 rows in total. We've worked our first row, we are working the second, so we are going to go ahead until we have 6 rows in total. So I'll go ahead and make when I have my 6 rows completed, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So I have my 6 rows done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll go ahead, I'll chain 1, and I'll cut, and I'll leave a tail for sewing. So in case you want to do some little decorations, so this is our front side, because this is where we started. This is the side we have our chains. This is where we started. So in case you want to do this optional, I don't have it here. I'm just trying to show you a couple of options. So you're going to be turning it over, and you go right inside, grab your contrast color. Might not be this, I'm just using this as an example. So just go ahead, you work slip stitch all the way around, slip stitch into each and every of the stitch. So it's going to be giving you, it will give you this line, this design. So in case you want something like this, so you're just going to work that through all the way, work it by the side, then you move again to this side and by the other side, and you make your invisible slip stitch like we've been doing. So this is optional. I'm just trying to show you some options. Can you see? So you're going to be having this line all across this flap, and if you do this, that means you'll be doing that for the second flap as well. So I did not do this, I'm just showing you in case you want to. So we have the first flap done, so you need 2 of this. I have my second done, so I have my 2 flaps right here, and I have my sole. I have it marked, the sole. So we are going to, this is what I did. I'm going to be marking 11 stitches right here at the top. So this is where I started counting. You can see this is where we joined. This is the right side where we joined. So I turned this over. I'll be joining my sandal to this side. So I'm going to start counting. Remember we did 6 double crochet increase right here around the toe. So this is it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on this very first one, this is the first, this is the second, so I marked this. This is where we start joining. So I'm going to be counting 11 stitches after where I marked. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I mark the next, which is this. So this is where I'm going to start joining the second as well. So I hope you understand that we leave 11 stitches right here around the tool area. So after marking, we are going to start joining these flaps. So we are going to grab the first one, and we are going to be joining, and we are going to be joining from here, right here. You can see where we had our foundation chain. I have it inside, and where we finished our line, where we finished our flap, I have it outside. So if you are joining the second flap as well, you make sure this chain side is inside, just like I have here. You can see this is where I have my chain, and this is where I have my chain. So they are both inside, and we have the other side outside. I hope you get my explanation. So we are going to start joining this first. So we are going to start joining on where we marked. So this is where I marked. So I'm going to remove the stitch marker. I'll go right inside, right there, and go back inside where we made our foundation chain. That's where we made our slip stitch, our slip knot rather. So I have that joined. So we'll be joining, including this, if I count this, we'll be joining 7 stitches in total. Remember, we had 6 rows, so including where we joined our foundation chain, which is here where we started, that will make it 7. So we have the first one joined. Moving to the next, I'm going to be grabbing these loops right there. These loops that we have here, those are what we will be grabbing. So I'll go right there and go into the next row and join. So the next, I'll go inside. This is the next loop I'm grabbing. So I have it, as you can see. I'll go ahead and join it. So I'll go ahead and repeat it and join this flap. When I have it joined, I'll come back and show you how to join the other one. So I'll go ahead and make a knot with the last joining. So we have the first side joined like that, as you can see. So I'm going to pass this back a couple of times to hide this and cut off this end, so we know we have this sorted. So to join the second flap, remember where we have our foundation chain will be inside, and we have this outside. So I'm going to I'll turn this over, and remember we are joining to 7 stitches in total. This is the first, which is where we marked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be the 7th one, and we'll start joining from here. So this is the loop, right here inside. So we have I have this bit right there, and I'll go back into that stitch and join, just like we joined for the first side. We are going to be repeating that. So that's the first, this is the second, right here. Be quite tricky, so I'm going to join to the second line right there. So I'll go ahead and repeat this until I have this flap completely joined. So I have the 2 front flaps joined, so we are going to be joining the back side. So before joining, I want to show you how you are going to be overlaying. I'm working the right side. I worked the left leg already, so this is the right leg. If you are working the left leg, if you are working the left leg, you make sure this side, this flap is overlapping this one. So with it facing me here, I have the left, I have the right. So the left flap is overlapping the right one, as you can see the placement compared to this placement. So for this one, for the right side, the right flap is overlapping the left one. So I hope I don't get you confused, and I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So this is how you are going to be overlapping. You are going to be crisscrossing them together. So after getting how we are going to be overlapping it, so we are going to be joining the second side of the flap. And so to join the second leg, like I said, make sure the flaps. This, the left one is overlapping, and this, the right one will be overlapping like this. So I'll go right. We are going to be counting. This was where we did our last joining. So I'm going to be counting 2, 1, 2. So inside the third, that's where we start the joining. Right there. I'll go back into the stitch. Remember, we are joining with 7 stitches, including our where we started our where we made our slip knots. We started our foundation chain. So this is the next bump I'm going to be picking, and I'll go ahead and join to the next stitch, which is this. So I'll go ahead and join this. So I'll come to this other side. I'll count 1, 2, and I'll start joining the third, and I'll complete this joining. When I'm done with this joining, I'll come back and show you how to work our strap. So this is what I have after joining. So the remaining thing we have to do is to work our strap. So as you can see, for the left leg, I joined my yarn here. This is where I worked my strap. So for the right leg, I would work my strap here. So if you work one strap from this side, you are going to work the other here. And you can see the one overlapping is where we are going to be joining our strap. I think that will help. So we have this overlapping. This one is the one overlapping, and that's where we joined our strap. So this is the one overlapping, and this is where we join our strap. I hope that helps. So I'll make a slip knot. I'll remove this. So from here, I'm going to be skipping this stitch, and I'll start working from the next one. And I'll go ahead and work 3 single crochets. Join with chain 1, and I'll work my first single, the second, and the third. So I have my 3 single crochets done. This will be the wideness of my strap. If you want it wider, or the buckle you are using is bigger, then you might need to do more, but 3 is enough for me. So I'll turn without chaining 1. I'll turn and I'll start working again. So we'll start going back and forth. 1, 2, and 3. Again, I'll turn without chaining. I'll work again. 1, 2, and the third can be quite tricky. So this is what we keep repeating back and forth until we have 30 rows in total. We've worked 3 rows already. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third. So we'll go ahead until we have 30. You can see how clean the edge is. So I'll go ahead and work my 30 rows. When I'm done, I'll come back and show you how we're going to add our buckle. So after working my 30 rows, I chained 1 and cut, and I hit the end. So we are going to be doing the last thing, which is adding our buckle. I have the buckle attached here by this side, so I'll be attaching the buckle for the second one by this side. So I'm using this remaining yarn I have after I joined this flap. Or if you don't have this, or maybe you cut yours already, you just grab a new yarn, not too long, and you just thread it. Pick up your needle, and for the placement of the buckle, I will go. No, I think that's too high. So you can see the buckle will be facing this side. We're going to be using this. This is going to help us know where the buckle will be facing. So the buckle will be facing this side. So we are going to be joining between the line between row 4 and 3. So this is the first, second, third, fourth. So I will be joining inside here in this middle. So I'll put this, and we start joining. So to join, I have my needle and thread. I'll just go inside. I'll go right here. Just watch what I'm doing, and wrap my yarn around it. So I'll go ahead and do this for like 3 times for this side. I'll go inside, I'll come out in another stitch, and I'll come back here. So I'll do that one more time for this side before we move to this side. So I have the 3 times worked here. So to start on the second side, I'll go from the back and come out somewhere around here. I'll go inside. So I'll do that 2 more times to secure the other side. So after joining my buckle, I made a knot at the back and I hid the end, and I went ahead and hide all the necessary ends I need to hide, and that is what we have. Our sandal is ready. Very fast and very simple to make. Like I said, this is a unisex sandal. Baby boy can rock this as well. And I just decided to decorate this with this thing right here. If you don't have it, it's totally fine without adding anything to it. So thank you for riding with me to this moment, and if you are not yet a subscriber, please kindly click on the subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I drop any video. And if you find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and drop a comment if you have any question. And I'll see you in my next tutorial, which is next week. So see you soon. Bye.